exactly what you want to see. Let's run this puppy in. Score a touchdown and tie this game. Life, run for your life, touchdown on one play. Worked on this in practice. Touchdown. It's up to Kelvin Benjamin. This is all you, buddy. Kelvin Benjamin for a touchdown. Oh, he toasted his man. Holmes toasted his man. Spin move. Oh! Oh! What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the World of Juice channel. And welcome back to Throwback Thursday with the New England Patriots on Madden 17. That's right, we are back, and we are coming off of a very disappointing year number 3. Getting bumped in the divisional round for the second time in 3 seasons is not what our aspirations were in this series. Obviously, this series is to win a championship, win a Super Bowl, and I don't know if we can do it. We need to get a better offensive line. If we take a look at what our offensive line is, we need to get a better offensive line. We really only have Shaq Mason. That's who we're going to keep. We probably trade Joe Thomas. We trade La'el Collins. We trade David Andrews, and we trade Marcus Cannon. We see if we can get as many good offensive linemen as possible, because I think that's the one thing that's holding us back. And maybe we get a really good running back. Our wide receivers are okay. Our tight ends are good. On defense, we can maybe use another corner and maybe another defensive tackle. Other than that, I think we're good there too. So we've got some things to do. Remember, this series will end when we win a Super Bowl, and then we'll go to another Throwback Thursday series. But remember a lot of things. We have a ton of first-round picks, including the #1 overall pick. So that's going to have a ton of value. Plus, we have a lot of seconds, and we have all of our 2020 picks as well. So we have so much capital to be able to get better offensive linemen. So we start with Joe Thomas. He's been here for 3 seasons. He's going to need another contract, and we're going to have to move on from him. I hate to move on from him because he's a stud, but I think that we just gotta let him go. We could obviously re-sign him, but I don't know if it's worth it at this point. We could try a swap for Tyrone Smith. I don't know if they'd be willing to do this. They don't like this, but what about if I swap them one of our picks? We have plenty of first-round picks that we'd be willing to give them. So how does the first-round pick do? Oh, they like that. So we'd be saving about $1 million in cap space, and I throw you a 4th-round pick as well. Joe Thomas, a 1st and a 4th, gets Tyrone Smith. So we got a new left tackle. That's an upgrade. Let's go to left guard and see if we can get a new left guard, because we certainly need one. We certainly need a new left guard. So he's got to be high overall. Who's the highest overall left guard in the game right now? Is it an 88 overall? It very well could be. It might be 88 overall. 86. Who was that? That was Jack Mewhort at an 86. Interesting. So it might be 88 overall Andrew Norwell or Kelechi Osemele. Let's see if we can get Andrew Norwell. So this just straight up they don't like that, obviously, because why would you like that? You're getting a worse player, or a worse overall player. But I can throw you a 2nd-round pick. You like that? I know you like that. And that's accepted. So La'el Collins and a 2nd-round pick for 88 overall Andrew Norwell. So that's the left side of the offensive line done and dusted. Let's go for a center. David Andrews. We need to look at center and see who is the best option. So I see an 87 over there with Hudson. 85. 93. Travis Frederick is a 93. That might be the best center in the game. Yeah, it looks like it is. All right, let's go to the Cowboys and see if we can get Travis Frederick. That's Ryan Kelly. There he is. So this straight up obviously won't go through. We might need to give up a 1st-rounder for Frederick. That might be what we do, but I'll trade a 2nd. I'll throw a 2nd in there, see what happens. That is, oh, good thing I didn't throw a 3rd or a 1st in there. So we got Travis Frederick for a 2nd-round pick. So our offensive line is looking mighty fine now. Now we go to right guard. I'm going to keep Shaq Mason there. Actually, can we move Shaq Mason? Let's try and move Ali Marpet. We throw Ali Marpet at Zach Martin. What does that do? Okay, they don't like that. We could obviously move Mason or Martin to the other guard position if we need to. What about if I throw you a third in Ali Marpet? Trade accepted. We just got Zach Martin. Okay, so the offensive line is really freaking good. We're going all out, boys. We are going all out. Marcus Cannon, got to get out the door. Sorry about your luck. I hate to do it, but you got to leave. Who's the best right tackle in the game? Is it Lane Johnson? I had 88 overall, Lane Johnson. It might be him. Who is that? That was Jack Conklin, 87 overall. It looks like it's Lane Johnson, 88 overall. Okay, let's go for Lane. What kind of thing you talking about there? Not very high, but I bet we can get out of here with another second, I would guess. What about a fifth? What does a fifth do? A fifth doesn't push it through, which I didn't think it would. I didn't mean to do that. All right, so once we get Lane Johnson in here, let's try a second from next year and see what happens. Second from next year doesn't push it through, but if we trade a sixth from this year, that doesn't get it through either. Would it be a fifth? Would it be a fifth, or am I gonna? I can trade the fourth from next year too if I really want to. Oh, that's so close. All right, I bet that fourth goes through. That fourth from next year probably pushes it through. Nope, it doesn't. Okay, so we'll just take all these out, and we'll go with just a straight up second round pick from this year. And that should give it, yep, that should get it to go. So we have now probably the best offensive line in the entire NFL. If we go take a look, just show me the best offensive line in the NFL now. 92, 88, 93, 95, 88. So obviously we can change this to make Shaq Mason a left guard. Let me go to the roster, see what Shaq Mason, the only problem is if he might move down in overall. So he's an 88 right now, but he's playing up to a 90. Does this take away his morale boost if we change him to a left guard? Save changes. What does that make him? He's still an 88, but is he playing up to a 90? He is. Oh, now it just has. Now on the thing, it has him. So, okay, so I actually like this. I like this. So if we keep Shaq Mason right there, so let me go back to the roster and switch this. So if we keep Shaq Mason at a 90 or at a right guard, he'll stay at a 90 overall with the morale boost. We can edit him back to a right guard. All right, so we'll keep him a right guard. We'll go to the depth chart, and we'll have who's going to start at left guard. So Shaq Mason could start at left guard, or it could be Andrew Norwell and then Thomas. Okay, so Shaq Mason is at 88 at left guard. So it doesn't really matter, I guess, who plays left guard. They're both 88s. But now we have probably the best offensive line in the game, and that's what I was concerned with. That's what I was concerned with when we were playing in that playoff game. Was our offensive line kept getting a lot of pressure. So we have the best offensive line in the entire game, or the entire league. Now let's go talk to running backs. Who's one of the better running backs in the entire league? That's a big question. I don't know. Who's one of the best running backs in the entire league? So we got 93 overall David Johnson. We've got 93 overall Zeke. We got 95 overall Devonta Freeman. That's interesting. We've got 99 Lev Bell. Let's talk to Lev Bell. So we'll throw you back. Spencer Ware. Probably going to take a lot to get you. but I'm prepared to give you a lot. We'll throw you a 26th overall pick and Spencer Ware. Trade declined, but it's about to go through once I throw you a 7th. This should go through. Trade accepted. So we just got the top-rated running back in the entire league on the team. We are going all out for a Super Bowl this year, boys. Going all out. Le'Veon Bell is hurt. Okay, why don't I pay attention to these things? How long is he injured? He's out for 17 weeks with a complete ACL tear. I gotta look at these things. Okay, so let's go. He'll be back for some of the season, but we've got to now talk to another good running back. It was 93 Zeke, right? Yeah, 93 Zeke. I'll give you Derrick Henry because he hasn't developed. So you can have Derrick Henry. That straight up should be pretty decent. Actually not. Okay, they don't value Derrick Henry very good in this game, which is understandable because he hasn't really done anything. So a second round pick in 2020 doesn't get it to go. What about if I give you my first round pick in 2020? Because we're going all out for a Super Bowl this year, boys. We are going all out for a Super Bowl championship. A 5th rounder in this year's draft. It might have to be a 1st rounder this year. Pick 17. Derrick Henry in pick 17 for Zeke. Trade declined. But if I give you the 4th round pick from 2020, that's declined. Would it take a second? I'm not sure if it'll take a second or not. Trade accepted. So we got Zeke. Hopefully he's not hurt. I should probably look at these things before I start trading for big time guys. Okay, Zeke's not hurt. All right, perfect. So he'll be a starter for most of the season until we get Lev Bell back for the rest of it. Wide receivers we don't have to focus on. I think offense is done now. Now we got to get another D tackle. We got to get another D tackle to pair with Aaron Donald. So who's some of the better D tackles in the game at this point? We're like 3 seasons deep. So we got 85 overall. We got 87 Danny Shelton. That's a shock. 87 Dontari Poe. And Dominican Sue is a 90. Fletcher Cox a 94. There's some good D tackles in the game. Leonard Williams is a 90. All right, let's go talk to the Eagles. Let's go talk to the Eagles about Fletcher Cox. All right, so we're going to need to trade you back. How about Vincent Valentine? You like Vincent Valentine? I'm sure you do. This is going to be pretty tough because we don't have really the best assets to trade away. How about a 2nd round pick in Vincent Valentine for Fletcher Cox? That's actually a lot farther along than I thought it was going to be. What about if I give you the 1st round pick next year too? Trade declined. Okay. I can throw you pick 6, I guess. But do I want to? I don't know if I want to. Trade decline, pick 6. What about if I give you pick 31 as well? Wow, okay, so it's going to have to be a better player. What about if it's Alan Branch this time? Would that work? Trade decline, no. It's going to have to be somebody pretty decent. Who do we have that I'm willing to give up? I'd be willing to give up Denzel Perriman. What about this? Ooh, we might be able to save that pick. What about if I give you the 2nd now? This should work. Trade accepted. Boom. Fletcher Cox now on the team. That's a dangerous D-line right there with Cox and Donald. Ooh, that's scary. I like that. Like that a lot. I think it's time to simulate a week and see what happens. We do have to re-sign Jason McCourty, but I don't know if that's the move. Do we have Jason McCourty? Is that Devin? No, that's Jason McCourty that we that's on that list, or that's on that picture right there. Let me go to the roster, get a better look at it than just the little lineup thing. Let me take a look at the defense, because we just got in Fletcher Cox, so we have Rashad Jones and Justin Simmons. I'm fine with both those guys being the strong safeties. I mean, we could move Rashad Jones for a higher rated strong safety if we need to. Micah Hyde and Devin McCourty. We have Malcolm Butler, Logan. Okay, so we need corner. We need to get some better corners. Right outside linebacker, I'm fine with having those two guys. Kuechly and Hightower, and then Anthony Barr. So we need to get an outside linebacker, left outside linebacker, and we need to get a corner, at least one corner. But do we trade Jason McCourty? Because he's 30. Yeah, we probably trade Jason McCourty. That's probably a good idea. So before we start to move on and we move to free agency, where we can keep going all in, we need to look at free safety. Actually, it says we need to look at free safety. I don't know. We need to look at corner. So who are some high-rated corners that we can possibly bring in? We've got Pat Pete, Marcus Peters. Who else is here? Desmond Trufant, Jalen Ramsey. I've tried to bring in Jalen Ramsey. I think he's too hard to get. I mean, we could try it again, but I think Jalen Ramsey might be a little bit too hard to bring in. So we'll try. We have 3 first-round picks. We'll try the sixth overall pick with Jason McCourty thrown in there. I mean, just to add to it, I guess. We'll see what that does. That is declined. Yeah, it's going to be real tough to get Jalen Ramsey. I don't know if it's worth it. I mean, it could take 2 first-round picks. I don't know if I necessarily want to give up 2 first-round picks for Jalen Ramsey when we have other needs too. Yeah, so we're not going to go Jalen Ramsey. That'd be awesome to have. A young Jalen Ramsey would be awesome to have. Darius Slay is an option at 87 overall. Other than that, Sherman. How old is Sherman? He's 30 now. AJ Bouye, he is 28. Okay, so there's some interesting corners. Chris Harris is also 30. Aqib Talib is 33. I don't know where I want to go here. Pat Pete is 29. He's a 91 overall. So what does this leave us right here? Okay, that leaves us with basically nothing. It's like we didn't even trade anything. So if we throw that in there, along with the 4th next year, that gets us basically nowhere. But if I throw that, is Pat Pete worth a 6th? We can come back to him. I want to take a look. Can we get somebody maybe a little bit better for the 6th overall pick? He's a 91. There is not another 90 plus besides Jalen Ramsey and Chris Harris, but Chris Harris is also a year older. But we are going in for one big season, so does that year matter? I don't know. Maybe Pat Pete is worth the 6th overall pick. Okay, so it's not even going to go through just like that. It might take the 4th. This might not even go through. Oh, wow. So we can't even get Pat Pete. Okay. Interesting. That is very, very interesting. So if we can't get a 91, I mean, Desmond Trufant or Darius Slay are probably up next. I think I'd feel better with Darius Slay. So what about the 6th overall pick and Jason McCourty for Darius Slay? We might have to simulate, go to free agency, sign some guys. Yeah, okay. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let Jason McCourty walk because he's not gonna fetch us anything. He's not gonna bring us anything. So we're gonna simulate to the next week, whatever that next week is. We're gonna let Jason McCourty walk away because he's not gonna be anything to us. Sign free agents. What do we got here? We've got one final season. We got Greg Olson, who's out here. He's the best option at tight end, or he's the best option in the class, it looks like. Alex Smith is the best quarterback. The running backs are not that great. Wide receivers are not great. This wide receiver class, or this free agent class, isn't great at all. Not many high overall players. Another D tackle could be good. We certainly do need that. Because especially since we lost Alan Branch too. So Brian Arakpo. Clay Matthews at 79 overall. He could be kind of a fill-in guy for us if we throw some money at Clay, throw a 2-year deal at him. See what that does. Wow, that didn't really do much. I thought he'd like that. I guess he'd like more of a signing bonus. If we gave him that kind of signing bonus, we don't have enough money to give him that. I thought I don't have salary cap on. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Corner. Can we get DRC just to fill in? If we do that, is he gonna like that? I don't know if he'll like that. These guys might not sign with us. There's not really a good class. This class is kind of garbage if we're talking about it. We could go offer Greg Olson a big contract, I guess. Oh, that's only 73 points. We got to go 10 points higher. What kind of contract are these guys offering to him? I'm not sure what they're offering him. What about 33 million? Okay, we can't do that. All right. So our offers right now are not, we're not getting Greg Olson, but we've got Clay Matthews and DRC. We've got that negative money. We're not going to fix that by the end of the next year. That's why we're going all in on this season. It's just a matter of who we can bring in. We still need a corner. We got a contract rejected from Greg Olson, which we expected. But we also got Clay Matthews. So that's good. Anthony Barr's back from injury, which is cool. Because now Clay Matthews is the backup right outside linebacker. That means we're going to put Shazier at left outside linebacker to be the starter over Anthony Barr. And we're going to go all in, I would guess. We are going to go all in. I'm happy with the offense. Once Le'Veon Bell gets healthy, I should have looked. Although, I mean, it doesn't matter too much because it's Le'Veon Bell and he's a 99 overall. And he'll be a 99 when he gets healthy. It's just a matter of when he becomes healthy. Oh, we also got Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. Okay. Awesome. So we got both those guys. That's another corner added to the list. That basically replaces Jason McCourty. So we got trade offers. Okay, trade offers for Justin Simmons. I'm not going to accept. These are probably just draft picks, so I'm not even going to look at them. But now we got the draft. We don't need to do any scouting because we're only going to have that first overall pick. I don't think, and maybe the third. But we've got potential to trade. The question really is, do we trade back in this draft with the number 1 overall pick? Because we have the number 1, the number 3, and the number 6. Do we trade back to get more assets for next season in case for some reason we don't win the Super Bowl at the end of this year? Although it won't matter because we still have, I mean, we have minus 22. I guess we could clear that up if we trade away like Andrew Luck or something, but I don't know if I want to do that. I don't want to really trade Andrew Luck. Wide receiver, we're good with. We're good on offense. We don't need to focus on offense. D tackle, I could use another one just as like a backup in case somebody gets hurt. Pass rushers were good. Outside linebacker, I still would like one just in case. I think I'm going to keep the first overall pick. Maybe trade the third pick. Okay, so corner. Yeah, so Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie just fills in that Jason McCourty role. So we still need a corner. We need a corner and a left outside linebacker. That's all we need, I'm thinking. And then we're going to be good to go. So if we go outside linebacker, I mean, obviously, if we want to go all in, we gotta try and at least go for Von Miller. It's just a matter of who we trade. Do we trade Anthony Barr away? We trade Anthony Barr in that 6th overall pick to the Broncos for Von Miller. It's a lot harder to get Von Miller than it is to get like Zach Martin or something. This isn't going to go through. No, they're not even close. So Von Miller's probably off the table unless we give up like 2 first-round picks, but even then it might not even go through. So who would be next up? Von Miller's obviously a 99, so we got to go down from there. Vic Beasley could be an option. I wouldn't hate that. Shaq Thompson's a 90. That could be pretty good. Plus Shaq Thompson is pretty quick. Let's go talk to Shaq Thompson and the Panthers. I've wanted to get him on the team for a couple seasons now. He's got 84 speed. Shaq Thompson wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. He's an upgrade, huge upgrade on Anthony Barr. That gets declined. Okay, so maybe we can't even get a 90 overall player when we're trading Anthony Barr in a first. What about this 4th? No? Okay, so Shaq Thompson off the table as well. The problem is, I mean, those guys probably aren't technically off the table. I just don't want to give up, like, crazy amounts for guys that I think may not help us. Jamie Collins, 88 overall. He's about the same kind of player as Shaq Thompson is. Justin Houston. I mean, Justin Houston's 30. Vic Beasley's 27. He's probably super hard to get. 87 speed, though. What does this do? Trade off decline. This could go through. So we could bring in Vic Beasley. We can bring in Vic Beasley. Trade offer was accepted. So Vic Beasley is our new starting left outside linebacker. And now if we can just bring in a corner, I don't know what we do. Actually, is there a corner in the draft that we could get with the 1st overall pick? Or maybe the 3rd overall pick? So on defense now, our linebackers are Vic Beasley, Luke Kuechly, and then probably Ryan Shazier, if I just change that right now. And then we could also have Alden Smith coming off the left side coming off the side as a rusher. So if I start Ryan Shazier, who's technically a right outside linebacker anyway, if we just move him up to be that, and then we have on the right side, I forgot we had DeForest Buckner. He could be another D tackle for us. All right, yeah, he could be another D tackle for us. What am I looking for a D tackle when we got DeForest Buckner? But if we have Alden Smith playing off the edge too, he's an 87. He's just as good off the edge as Trey Flowers is. So if we do that, and then have him here as well, have him behind Khalil Mack, so Alden Smith gets a little bit of playing time. And then corner, we need to look in the draft. Is there a number 1 corner? Is this a draft class with the number 1 corner? I don't even know. All right, I'm liking the way this looks. The defense is looking a lot more scary now, but we could start the draft. We don't care about free agency recap because it doesn't really matter that much. But we've got 2 picks in the top 3, so let's quickly, before we decide to trade back, let's talk about corner. There's not a corner in the top 7. The best corner available is this guy, Osej Essex. He is a late 1st rounder. He doesn't look that good. So that's a little bit disappointing. I gotta pause this draft. I forgot about that. Let's pause. Okay, so now let's make our pick. Or decide on what we want to do. So there's a wide receiver, but we don't need him. There's a left tackle. Might be worth it, I guess. There's a left outside linebacker. Ooh, CJ Kinney. There's 3 left outside linebackers. This guy doesn't look... I mean, he looks okay. This guy looks really good. Let's just go straight... Actually, we could just do it here. This guy's the fastest outside linebacker at 4.5. But I'm liking this Lamell Blackwell guy. He looks pretty decent. He's got a lot of combine. He did well at the combine. He'll be here at 3, I would guess. Okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to trade back with this pick, and then we'll take Blackwell at 3. It's just the Colts. The Colts are offering me 2 first-round picks this year and a first-round pick next year. Sure, you can have the 1st overall pick, Indianapolis. that's a deal for me. I'll take that. And we get a back-to-back. I didn't realize that. So skip this pick. Who are they taking? They're taking Mason. That's expected. And then the left tackle. Okay. Do we have any other picks? Oh, we have number 10 as well. Okay, so we just got a huge asset right there with the trade with Indianapolis. Blackwell's still here. We could probably trade back even more and get him. Derek Barry, mid first rounder. We're only going to draft early first rounders because we all know how good early first rounders are. They're the best players in the class. And this guy at 6'5", 249 looks like a can't miss prospect. Since we have back-to-back, I'm going to see what the options are. Okay, we can get 2 first-round picks from the Broncos. The Bears are out because they're not offering me 2 first-round picks. So the Falcons and the Broncos. We can move back to pick 6. This one might be a good one. Or we could get Denver's. We move back to 20, but we also get a first-round pick and a second-round pick next year. So I think Denver, moving back to 6 would be nice, but we have 10. So I don't know if we necessarily need to move back to 6. So let's move back. They take Ivy. All right. Now, what are we looking at for offers here? The Bengals offer me some good stuff. I don't really like it. We could get the projected first overall pick from the Buccaneers. That could be useful. But I'm going to take that Blackwell guy because I think he's going to be really good. He is a 79, 86 speed. He was ranked number 8 in true value. He only has normal development, which sucks. But we could use him as a trade bait, I guess, if we really need to. I'm not mad at that. The Giants take Kinney. Mohammed goes. McMillan. Hawk. And now we're up again. All right. So we're probably not going to get 2 first-round picks offered to us anymore. And Tampa's not even offering us the first overall pick next year. But the Bengals are offering us a decent package. I like this one. Yeah, let's go with the Bengals pick. Okay, so we're just building back for our assets in case we need to go another season. I don't think... What's our next pick? We have pick 20 in the first round. Okay. So let's skip to next user pick because we don't care who they have. More first. Okay. Ooh, Falcons offering us good stuff. But the Cowboys offering us that 4th overall. The projection matters even for next season because those picks hold that value until we start getting through the season and then they adjust. But the Falcons, I don't know if we could pass up on the Falcons pick. A first, a second, and a third. A third from this year, but still. So we'll skip to next user pick, which is pick 20 in the second round. Let's just take a look at the board real quick. I would guess there's not anybody that good. This guy, Darius Worrell, he skipped the combine. He doesn't look great. All right, we'll just trade back the rest of our picks. Try and get as many assets as possible. Nobody wants to give up first. The Bears will give us decent stuff. Saints will give us good stuff. Cowboys will give us this year picks. I like the Saints offer. I don't hate the Saints offer, so we'll go to the next pick, which is in the 3rd round. We're going to replenish all of our assets, which is beautiful. We can still get a second from the Raiders, which is awesome, and a 3rd. Might as well do that. All right, we'll do that. Next user pick, which is in the 3rd round still. We'll trade away. A second rounder from the Bears might be the go-to. Or the 49ers, or the Cowboys. Cowboys, sure. They've been begging me to take their picks. I might as well start doing it. Then we'll skip again. We have pick 28. What else? Ooh, red. Almost said the bad one. Football team. We'll take the football team's pick. All right, let's see what else we got. 4th rounder, 5th rounder. We didn't have a 5th rounder. Didn't have a 6th rounder. Oh, we do have a 6th rounder. Okay, so we didn't have a lot of picks. We can get a fourth from the Ravens and the Raiders. Can we get a third? Anybody offering a third? No, nobody's offering a third. So we might as well take one of these fourths. Might as well take from the Ravens. I guess it doesn't really matter. All right, thank you for giving me that fourth. Ravens, you must have been super desperate to trade up. And that is, oh, it's not our last pick. We have pick 26 in the 7th. Oh, man, these guys are offering us fourth rounders. I will certainly snatch that up. The trading back system in this game was a lot easier than nowadays. You can't, nowadays, Madden 22 draft, trade back during the draft, you cannot get a fourth rounder for a 7th, that is for sure, or for a 6th even. All right, let's just take all these guys off the list because we're not trading them, at least not right now. I think this team is ready to go. I certainly do. I think this team is rearing and ready to go. Our offense line is much better. We got this dude who seems to be a stud. We know he's the 8th best player in the class. Who were some of the best guys in the class? There is a 78, but we have a better guy than that. 78, 78. A lot of 78s in the class. I'm guessing there's got to be like a 79 or an 80. I mean, oh, here he is. This tight end was an 80. Ooh, this right outside linebacker, Nathan Bannon, was an 81, and we had the option to get him. Wow, I did not even... Okay, good pick by the... Who was that, the Dolphins? Good pick by the Dolphins. 81 overall. Who's that guy? That was an 81. He was a D tackle, Lewis Burrell. They got him with the 20th pick. So back-to-back 80s, 81s go right back-to-back. That's crazy. He's a 70. Oh, Essex was a 70, a 78. So, I mean, we would have got a pretty productive player if we drafted him. I'm not mad at it. There was obviously 2 better outside linebackers, but the guy that we got is good. I don't hate who we have. He might play a role, he might not. I don't know. Maybe he gets traded since he's only a 79. And he had normal. He didn't have star or anything. Oh, we got a lot of injuries back. Oh, Lev Bell's back from injury. So he gets to start the season as the starting running back. That makes me happy. I was going to check on that before we ended the video. Odell Beckham Jr. is back at the #1 wide receiver spot. I didn't realize he was hurt. He must have got hurt at some point, obviously. And then Cyrus Jones is also back. So I'm still looking for that corner. Still looking for a corner to beef up this team, because I just don't think that our corners are good enough right now. But I also want to take a look at our new assets, because they're going to be pretty useful, I would think. Especially because the Colts gave us such a good package for that first pick. So let's go quickly to Trade Center before we finish up this video. And our new assets, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 first-round picks this year, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 second-round picks, a third, 3/4, 2 fifths, a 6, and wow, a lot of 7s. And then obviously our picks in 2021. So we have replenished all of our assets that we lost last season going all in. And now we can go in even more, because if I don't clear up $32.4 million, we're not going to go any more than this season. So we're going to have to figure out how we win a Super Bowl in 1 year. That's the question. How do we win a Super Bowl in 1 season? This has got to be the year. I mean, this team is unbelievably stacked. We have the best offensive line in the league. We have the best player at each position. The highest rated player at each position. Our tight ends are fine. Our wide receivers are amazing. Our running backs are now the best in the league. And our quarterback's Andrew Luck. So it all hinges on Andrew Luck. I mean, is there another quarterback? I guess we could look to see. I kind of neglected it because he's Andrew Luck, but is there another quarterback out there? Not Matt Ryan. Is there another quarterback out there that I could... Oh... I mean, he's the only guy that I'd go for. He's the only guy. If we're truly going to go all in, this would be the quarterback that we go all in for. And that's not half bad. This could happen. If I gave one of our first round picks, actually, what about one of our second round picks? Because I don't want to give up a first just yet. Do I make this move? Andrew Luck and possibly some draft picks to bring in Aaron Rodgers. Because we want to go all in. We want to win the Super Bowl. I didn't mean to do that. I know he's 35 years old. But it's Aaron freaking Rodgers. And we're trying to win a Super Bowl this season. Plus, Andrew Luck's cap hit is more than Rodgers is. I bet if I keep raising up that second round pick, that probably gets through. What about pick 49 in the second round? It probably takes a first. It probably takes a first. Unsurprisingly, it probably takes a first to get Aaron Rodgers. Maybe not even just a first. Yeah, it probably takes a first and a second. Is it worth it? Is this a good idea? Andrew Luck, a first and a second to get Aaron Rodgers on the team to be our quarterback. I know I've traded the quarterback every single season, but it's Aaron Rodgers, and we're going all in. This is what I said. We're going straight all in for this next season. It's got to happen. It's got to happen. Trade offer was accepted. We just traded for Aaron Rodgers. I am in shock. Wow, okay. We have Aaron Rodgers on the team now. The best quarterback in the league overall-wise. With Le'Veon Bell behind him. Elite wide receivers. A great offensive line. A 99 overall tight end. This is the best team you could build. Obviously, there's higher rated players. But this is the best team that you could build for what we have. And I can still check free agency and maybe even get some more draft picks by trading some players. Like if we sign Kendall Wright or Justin Hardy or Tom Bali or somebody like this, or some of these younger running backs like Carlos Williams, I'm sure he'd get us like a second round pick or something. So I may do that in the preseason. But, oh man. Oh, whoa, wow. We are truly going all in. That's right. And we got Devontae Adams now. Or we have Devontae Adams. So now Rodgers and Adams are back together. But I said I wanted to go all in, ladies and gentlemen. And I meant it. We are going all in. Oh, man. I am excited for the first week of the season. That is crazy trade that we just did. That is a crazy trade that we just did. I hope you guys are excited. We made some massive moves this episode. This is the greatest episode that we've ever done in terms of moving players around. We got a whole new offensive line except for Shaq Mason. We got a new quarterback, which I didn't think was going to happen. We got a new linebacking core to an extent. We added in Clay Matthews and Vic Beasley. We got a new D tackle to pair alongside Aaron Donald with Fletcher Cox. We got a new new cornerback in DRC, which I'm still looking at corner. We still could use a corner. Wow, okay. I am... actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make Blackwell, before we exit the video, I'm going to make Blackwell our rookie. I'm going to make him the backup right outside linebacker to back up Ryan Shazier, just so he has a chance of getting some playing time in case he develops or in case he goes up in overall. So that's what it's going to look like. This team, if we don't win the Super Bowl, man, I don't know what we're going to do. Rodgers is going to wear number 14 because he's not going to wear 12. That's Brady's number. I hope you guys enjoyed this video because it has blown my mind. I hope it blows your guys' mind too. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club if you did enjoy. I'll see you guys next week for the start of season number 4. Hopefully the start of our final season and the start of our Super Bowl championship run. See you guys then. Peace.